going on? Chargers Now is presented by Prize Picks. I'm your host, Will Ortner. On today's show, we're going to be talking about a guy who's been breaking out for the Los Angeles Chargers throughout OTAs. This guy, I'm telling you right now, is poised to have a very big year for the Bolts. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Right now, we are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Decent ways to go, but hey, all you got to do, you hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, share the video with a friend who loves the Los Angeles Chargers. Let them know that Chat Sports, host Will Ortner, producer Tom Searle, we're going to have you guys covered all year long on the Los Angeles Chargers. Ryan Fowler put out this tweet, and I thought it was very fascinating because he was talking to a lot of people throughout the National Football League. Fowler, someone who's very plugged in on the National Football League. And he was asking, who's been standing out? Someone that people haven't really been talking about. And for the Los Angeles Chargers, you're going to see someone down there at the bottom. One R.J. Mickens has been someone who's absolutely balling out during OTAs. And if that wasn't co-signed enough, Alex Insdorf does a fantastic job of covering the Chargers. He said that Mickens was someone that has been doing a lot of big things during OTAs for the Chargers. Now, obviously, Mickens was someone who had a lot of success in his rookie year with the Chargers before he ended up having that shoulder injury, kind of derailed a lot of things. But he's certainly someone who can do multiple different things for this Los Angeles Chargers team. And I really like what he adds to the defense and to the special teams unit in Los Angeles. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about how he's really been performing at an elite level and why I think he can continue to grow in the 2026 NFL season. Now, when we look at the last season for Mickens, he was someone that, look, that's a pretty darn good year for a guy who's supposed to be a backup safety, late round draft pick, coming into a team that's, hey, look, you're probably going to be a special teamer. You're probably going to be someone that has to add into this team in a way that maybe you might not have been expecting or might not have been hoping. And he really took all of his opportunities and ran with it, getting a bunch of interceptions on the year. That's pretty good. I'd say that's a solid rookie year for R.J. Mickens. But from everything that we are hearing right now from defensive coordinator Chris O'Leary and a multitude of other people that are watching Chargers OTAs that are on the staff there in Los Angeles, it certainly seems like you could be seeing a breakout year from the second-year guy in Los Angeles. Now, in my personal opinion, the more and more that we're able to see this kid on the field, I think the more and more you're going to be able to see Mickens really show off just how talented he is. Now, a lot of people are going to say that year 1 to year 2 is the biggest leap that you are going to have. That is in college, that is in high school, that's in the NFL, that's professionally, whole 9 yards. The girlfriend's hoping it's also that way for me in our second year. Closing in on 1 year. Congratulations, baby. Congratulations to me. When we look at the second year leap right now, I really do believe that R.J. Mickens is someone that's going to continue to grow the more reps that he gets in Los Angeles. Now, as the season went along last year, he was someone that continued to improve. The more reps he got, the better that he got. That is something that's going to be important for players. You don't want guys who end up starting off really hot and then tapering down and not playing as well, because that's a guy that isn't poised to have a long year, a successful year, a fruitful year. When I look at a guy like Mickens, this is something to me that shows that he can really grow into being a star. So as good as he was last year, imagine what he'll be able to do this year. You have a full season under your belt. It's a full offseason with the new coaching staff on the defensive side, although his position coach is not new to him. Steve Clinkscale was someone that was there last year. And you're going to be able to have a year of experience under your belt. I mean, the sky is the limit. Who is your player to watch this season for the Los Angeles Chargers? Very interested to hear some of the different players that are poised to break out. We've heard a lot of stuff on Jamaree and Hampton. We've also heard some stuff about Quentin Johnston. So who is your player that could fit into this group as well? I'm very interested to hear what you have to say in the comments. We've got so much to discuss on our safety here in Los Angeles. Is he going to be able to continue to grow on special teams as well as in the defense? I'll let you know. But first, I got to tell you that today's show is made possible by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports picks app and is the best place to win cash while watching sports. With playoff basketball here, there's no better time to cash in with our friends at Prize Picks. And I'll tell you this, the app is really easy to use. To qualify for a Prize Picks lineup, pick 2 to 6 players and select more or less on stat projections, including points, rebounds, assists, three-pointers, and several others across all sports. If you're more of a seam head, you could choose stats such as hits, home runs, and strikeouts. One thing I love is the new social feeds feature, where you can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups with a single click. You can actually follow me on the app, at BigWill7774, to see all of my lineups. I have a lineup for the football action going on later on this year. Justin Herbert, more on his pass yards. Quentin Johnston, more on his receiving TDs. Rashid Shaheed, more on his receiving yards. New user offer. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use code HMA when you play your first $5 lineup to receive $50 in lineups. That's code HMA when you play your first $5 lineup to get an extra $50 in lineups with PrizePicks. Clickable link to download the app is in the comments and description. Now, the safety room in Los Angeles is certainly not a position room that is weak. It is certainly not a position room that is light. So if you have a player that's getting a lot of playing time over there, that shows us, it should show all of you, that that player is a stud. Because right now, the Chargers, Mickens is not a starter with that crew, and that does make sense. Tony Jefferson, Elijah Molden are. Obviously, Derwin James kind of fits into his own category. I wouldn't call him a safety. I wouldn't call him a corner. I just call him, well, Derwin James, because no one else on this team can do what he does, and very few guys in the league can do what he does. But as you can see, this is a group that is very deep. Genesis Smith is someone also in that safety crew that has shown, or is going to hopefully show, that he can be a starter on this team. It's a very deep group, and getting a guy like Mickens to continue to progress forward only makes the room that much better. But what is important, and I think we should all talk about this, is it is a slightly older group. Tony Jefferson, he's already retired once. There's a chance he could be retiring again here very soon. So what the Chargers are doing, in my opinion, is getting a bunch of young talent that can be able to come in and eventually take over for those roles. I love that Joe Ortiz has come in and said, hey, I'm going to draft a lot of guys with good talent and make them into stars. I love this safety room, and I love that RJ Mickens is continuing to grow. Which position room is the deepest for Los Angeles? Very interested in hearing what your opinion is down below. Now, some are going to say that quarterback room, you got a bunch of studs, a couple guys that ended up graduating from some big-time schools. Obviously, Justin Herbert being very good. The running back room, very talented. Offensive line room, starting to get better, I think, at least with the health there. Let me know what your opinion is on the deepest position room for the Los Angeles Chargers. Very interested to hear what you have to say. I think for me, it is this safety room because you kind of have to include Derwin James. You really do have to include Derwin James into that crew. And if you're going to include Derwin James, then that group just got better and better and better. But I will say RJ Mickens continuing to grow is only going to be a good thing that helps this group. Lastly, another reason why he can add into this team, special teams, special plays, special players. Shout out to Sketch. Mickens is someone who really cut his teeth early on last year in what he was able to do on multiple different special teams units. And that's how a lot of guys have to make the team, especially when they are later round draft picks or UDFAs. Now, what Mickens was able to do is after he made the special teams and showed that he could be someone that was counted upon, someone that was relied upon, he was able to transition and begin to play more time as a safety and blossom there as well. Definitely do not count him out. He's a great addition to this team last year, but he's also someone that is growing into being a really key cog on this team. The last two Super Bowl champions that we have seen have been teams that had great depth. And I'm not going to say the Eagles and the Seahawks do not have stars because that would be wrong. But what really helped propel them forward was depth on their team. And this Los Angeles Chargers team is being built by general manager Joe Ortiz in a very similar image. Yes, there are stars on the offensive side of the football and on the defensive side of the football. But what the Chargers are doing a great job of is building depth around these stars. One, if you're able to keep everyone healthy, you still got a great group. But two, in football, injuries happen all the time. So you need this depth so that if one guy goes down, you can turn to a backup and say, hey, I trust that guy to get the job done because I've seen him do it in practice. I've seen him do it out on the field. I'm telling you right now, this Chargers team has done that, and RJ Mickens is a great example of that. If you agree with me on how good this Chargers team is, make sure you hit the thumbs up button on today's video. like the video, show everyone that you care about this Chargers team. Let's see if we can get over 200 likes on today's video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. Like I said, Chargers content every single day, long form, short form, maybe even as we get closer to the year, some live form videos as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, hanging out with us. It's producer Tom's favorite time of the day. Can't wait to see you guys next time. And as always, make sure that you bolt up.